Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Nvidia report for Friday, July 18th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. Big picture, we are very close to testing our 176.14 2 to 3 month target. We'd mentioned it could play out in as little as 3 to 5 weeks following the settlement a month ago today above the 149.99 one-year channel top. So we are in the process of meeting our objective. That actually begins at 174.37, 1% below this line study. I've seen many times where the market actually fails to test the line itself, but pushes inside that zone only to fall away. So I'm not overly encouraging like a short sale at 174.37. I'm really talking to you people who've been long for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and you're looking at what to do. I do think you can scale out of some of a long position. There's a case to be made, and there's a certain strategy, of course, for only selling on weakness, because we could push through 176.14, and if we close above it by a 1% margin to the upside, which would be a settlement today at 177.90 or higher. I have that marked as well. If we close today, Friday the 18th, at 177.90 or higher, we are looking for significant continued gains over the next 2 to 3 months to 219.64. 219.64 is a full wave count to the upside. It is basically taking that January high minus the April low and flipping it 100% on its head. That would be the next, I think, realistic objective. Let's just say by the end of the year or sooner. On the way up, we've got 186.39. I do think we map that out for you. Yeah, that is a 1.5 swing. So half the distance between January and April. 50% of that to the upside is 186.39, another targeting mechanism, but not significant. I do think that if we close today at 177.90 or higher, 186.39 is likely as a 1 to 2 week swing trade. So once again, if we close today 177.90 or higher, you can anticipate 1 to 2 week swing traders, 3 to 5 day, 2 to 3 week, somewhere in there, 186.39 expected. But over the next, 3 to 5 months, possibly sooner, if we close today at 177.90 or higher, I would expect 219.64. And this kind of speaks to the validity of not exiting all of your long position. You could exit some. Let's say you exit half if you've been long for a while in this zone, 174.37 up to 176.14, but you hold the other half, and if we close today at 177.90, you'll be glad you did, because I do think we'll reach this 219.64 by the end of the year or sooner. But if you sell half at 174, 176.37, and then we back away today to close below this simple channel bottom at 170.66, I think that may be the beginning of a sell-off at least to 164.43 by the end of next week. So I'll leave this to you. You could wait for a settlement below 164.43 before bailing on a position. It's very stair-step on the way down. But as I've been saying, now that, and we really haven't yet, we have a 174.16 high, 174.37 does meet my qualifications for an essential testing of resistance. And if we do test 174.37 today and do not close at or above 177.90, I will begin talking next week of a 2 to 3 month downside objective at 149.99, which could be in as little as 3 to 5 weeks as the rally was preceding it. So yes, if we test 174.37 today, just know that as we push into next week, I will begin recommending being short this market out of a long position. That doesn't mean that if you got long 3 or 4 weeks ago, you should exit your short position. But I will say in terms of trend dynamics, the path of least resistance will be back into the upper 140s by the end of September or sooner, I would say.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and Nvidia, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
And let's cover the downside, pretty much for the day itself. I've got 176.37 is the same formation at 176.14, but on the daily chart. I've got 167.89. This is that high, and then we gapped above it earlier this week. But I do think it is this simple channel bottom over the last few days. If we back away today, 170.66 can contain today's lows, and above which the 176.14 long-term channel top remains in reach. That is kind of the day trade today, buying 170.66 if given the opportunity, and then selling this zone of resistance that actually begins at 174.37 up to 176.14. Once again, if we do close today below 170.66, I do see the 164.43 formation, this 3-4 week channel bottom, as a likely 2 to 3, 3 to 5 day target. So if you're a 3 to 5 day swing trader and you're not able to sell 176.14, you can sell a settlement today below 170.66. Wherein within probably 2 to 3 days, 164.43 is likely where we could actually bottom out through next week, round back up into the mid 170s again within a full week or two of that. And so if you're looking for a 1 to 2 week swing trade, it is buying 164.43 and selling the 176 handle resistance that we find once again on the weekly chart at 176.14. And I can continue with the downside scenarios, closing below 164.43. We've got 158.26. This is not updated. My apologies. It's yesterday's number, 157.36, but we're not going to see it today anyway. And that would be a 3 to 5 day swing to the downside. So all of these come into play. Let me re-articulate just briefly that if we test 174.37 today or 176.14 and then back away, I will then begin articulating this 158.26 as a 2 to 3 week target, this upper 140s longer term support as kind of a 1 to 2 month objective. And then on the way down, we do have this price point at 164.43 that could contain weekly selling pressures, and we could round up from here and if settled below 158.26. But if you're looking at the big picture, all of this is realistic time horizon, short-term time horizon dynamics that can contain activity, well suited for day traders, 3 to 5 day and even 2 to 3 week swing traders. But once again, as we test 176.14, one should make way if you're a 2 to 3 month position trader or sooner for the upper 140s once again as a possible downside objective. If we push through 176.14 today, Friday the 18th, and close above 170 at or above 177.90, a 1% push above the significant line, then we enter a buy signal to 186.39 within 1 to 2 weeks, and over the next 3 to 5 months or sooner, 219.64. This week, WickedStocks.com put out 2 stock picks, one on SoFi Technology, the other on Unity Software. They're both very relevant still. You should check them out. Go to WickedStocks.com, take advantage of our 5-day free trial, where you'll also get daily SPY and daily Triple Q analysis. Next week's stock picks, we've been, we never present anything that we are not confident can yield a 20% return on that underlying stock. And we support you along the way. Every week we provide updates in terms of these moving line studies as to where they are exactly, where your stop loss could be, our moving targets. They're almost always moving targets, et cetera, et cetera. So check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back no later than 6 a.m. Monday morning, New York, with Monday's edition. It just might come at you on Sunday at some point, so you can check that out for Monday's daily NVIDIA report. You have a great weekend.